Jesus wants his church on earth to grow. So it is the heart desire of Jesus that his church here on earth will grow. Because Jesus, had a mega church and ministry here on earth. Now, when you read Matthew chapter 24, verse 5, Matthew chapter 5, verse 1, Matthew chapter 8, verse 1, Matthew chapter 9, verse 8, it tells us that during the days of Jesus, multitudes were following him, which means that Jesus had many people following his ministry. Always remember this. Jesus is more interested in the growth of his church than you are. Whether you're a church leader, you're a pastor, whoever you are as a Christian, remember that Jesus is more interested in the growth of his church than you are. Jesus has called us to make disciples. It is our responsibility to make disciples, whilst it is a responsibility of Jesus to build a church. Now, when you read Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, Jesus said that he will build his church, and the gates of hate shall not prevail against it. And when we read Matthew chapter 28, verse 19, when Jesus was about to go, he commanded his disciples, he commanded us what we call the Great Commission, that we should go into the world and make disciples of all nations. So as Christians, as church leaders, as pastors, our job and responsibility is to go to every corner of this world and make disciples. That is our job, and that is the responsibility that God has entrusted into our hands. Now, when we do the making of disciples, then Jesus will do the building of his church, where he will make our church grow, our church becomes great, our church becomes mega, because Jesus always builds his church with disciples. Jesus built his church with disciples. So I'm here to encourage you that let us become disciple makers, fishers of men, and God will use the disciples that we make, the people that will win into the kingdom, to build his church. That is where we'll see growth in our church. That is where we'll see growth in our church. God bless you.